You're about to enter into the Nez Nation experience. It's that time, y'all. Every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. Are you struggling to advance your career? Are you thinking to yourself, man, I don't know how to figure out this online thing. I don't know what personal branding is. I don't know. I feel like there's so many opportunities, but I don't even know where to start. Well, guess what, y'all? You come to the right place because you can ask me, personal branding coach, who's been in the game forever, anything you want, and you get our awesome crew. So make sure you come on back. What's up, party people? Okay, I'm sorry. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Office Hours with yours truly, Professor Nez. This is a live AMA where you can ask personal branding coach anything you want. Great to see you guys. Come on in. We've got, looks like Jude's in the house. Sweeney Dunstan. Great to see you. We're definitely bringing more humanness to this digitalness. Louise, how in the world are you? Please make sure that you come on in and obliterate that like button. And don't forget to share this out because y'all know sharing is caring. Welcome. I'm so excited to see you guys. Let me know how it's coming through. We've been having a little bit of, this is what happens. Whenever it's for some reason, every time you've got something important going on, the technical gods are just like, oh, Nez has got a show coming up. Let's send as many problems as we can his way. And so this is something that happens. If you're going to go live, and I love live video. We're live now on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, hopefully. This is just something that happens, and you got to get used to this, and you have to make sure that you're aware that this is just the way that it works. This is the name of the game, and this is how it happens. And so, just let me know if it's coming through okay. This is a show. If you're new to my channel, I am Professor Nez, personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business strategist. This is a show that we've been doing weekly. It's a show where we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And it's essentially a party. It's a hangout. It's an experience because, guys, you're not just getting me. You're getting our awesome Nez Nation crew. The greatest mods in the house are here. We got Joy Wilson. Great to see you. Joy Wilson is in the house. Hyder, good to see you. Fantastic. Mac Burnett is in the house. Great to see you, Mac. And so on LinkedIn. And so you're not just getting me, who's been in the game for over 28 years, but you're getting our awesome Nez Nation family, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And it's a party. And let me tell you something. This is one segment of our podcast show where we go live every Sunday, and we're doing live streams where you can just ask me anything you want, and also just kind of hang out. This is a safe space. This is a comfortable space. This is a relaxing space. We can talk about really anything, as long as it's kosher, as long as it's, advertiser friendly. But no, honestly, I love to check in with you guys. I love the immediacy of hanging out with you guys. And I love, hearing about what's happening in your lives and how I can help and just what you're doing. And if there's anything I can offer that can be of solace, I am here for you. Another segment of our show is the interview segment of Nez Nation Live. And by the way, we do have a podcast. Those of you listening on the podcast, love ya. Replay viewers, love ya. We do have a podcast. We're on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And we've got some amazing guests lined up. We've got one of the head marketers at LinkedIn coming on Tuesday. So you want to mark your calendar. If you're watching this on YouTube, you definitely want to make sure that you click subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get all notifications. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit all live notifications. If you're on LinkedIn, make sure you follow me on my LinkedIn page and follow the hashtag NezNation, because you don't want to miss Tuesday's interview with Paul Patrone. I hope I'm saying his name right. Paul, if you're watching, let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. But we've also got an amazing author whose new book coming out later in the month, it's called Forever Employable. I can't wait to talk to him. He's going to come to us and talk to us and teach us how he's examined, analyzed how you can remain job secure for the rest of your life. I mean, it's an amazing brand new book, already a bestsellers list. And so we've got amazing guests coming to you. This is a show all about how I can help. This is a show where I bring 28 years of business, 28 years of teaching business communications. I'm an actual professor as well, teaching very, very part-time because I'm busy running my businesses and my brand. But it's really all about helping and serving you. So if you have any questions at all, make sure that you leave them in the chat. Good to see you, Heather, Malice in Candyland on YouTube. Great to see you. How are you doing, Heather? Fantastic to see you. Heather's got a great channel, and she has become an awesome member of the Nez Nation family, as all of you guys are. It's so good to see you. How you doing? What's up? What's been happening in your lives? I have been really, really busy. I've been putting out a lot of. I've been working my butt off, really, because I'm trying to get to as much helpful, transformative content as I can to deliver. And those of you watching on YouTube might have already been alerted. Those of you who are not, or maybe listening to this on the podcast, or maybe watching this on the replay, put out some pretty phenomenal videos in the last couple of days. One about related to sort of keeping that job security and understanding what skills have longevity in your life. Huge video. And then another video that I just published yesterday on imposter syndrome, which was actually inspired by Arlene here on our show. It was a video that was inspired by you. So one of the questions I always get, Chris Jones, the bow knows. Great to see you, Chris Jones. How are you, sir? Great to see you. Chris Galvin. Hey, long time no see. Great to see you on LinkedIn, Chris. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week and had a great weekend. Again, it would mean the world to me, y'all, if you just wouldn't mind sharing this out with your tribe and also smashing that smash button, giving us some reactions on LinkedIn, some hearts, some thumbs up. We'd really, really appreciate it. And before I tell you about what I was going to just say, I have to mention our awesome sponsor of the show, beyondtheboxacademy.com. This is the ultimate online academy, better than a Harvard MBA, where you will learn everything you need to learn about how to advance your career, how to build your online presence, your online reputation. This is everything, y'all, and how to monetize that. We also have courses. These are step-by-step, in-depth, amazing digital courses that are all 60% off, by the way. The flagship course, How to Start a Personal Brand and Earn Money with Your Personal Brand, actually has been reduced by over 60%. This was a $1,000 course. I think it's now like $350, something like that. I can't remember. This is insane. You got to jump on this. So if you're interested in going further and getting step-by-step detailed help from an actual business communications professor, I'm not just an online dude who says, look at me, I've got courses. I've been teaching online forever. I've been teaching forever. Go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. You want to check that out. Okay, this is what I was going to say is I think the number one thing that people complain about when they're getting started, creating content is they go, where do I get my ideas? How do I get ideas for my content? So I just mentioned, yes, Brian Munoz, good to see you. Yes, can people see what I write on my computer? Only if I put your comment up. Okay, Joy has a fantastic question. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But this is what I wanted to see. Great to see you, Brian. Please make sure you share this out. I'd really appreciate that. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. One of the complaints that I get is, Nez, I don't, you tell me to put myself out there. What do I talk about? Where do I get my ideas? Again, it goes back to ABS. Always be serving. Listen to your audience. Your audience is your best source for your content. Pay attention to their struggles, their challenges, their questions. Pay attention to what is getting in their way, and then you create the solution to that. Your content needs to solve problems. Your resume needs to communicate that you can solve problems. Your brand needs to communicate everything that your unique trait and skill can represent in order to solve your ideal audience's problem. It's never about you. It's always about them. You go into an interview, I think the biggest mistake that people make in an interview is they make it all about them. This is what I'm good at. This is what I can do. This is what I'm great at. This is what I would like for my pay. This is what I would like for my vacation time. It's so much I. You need to make it everything about them. It has to be everything about them. How can you, what skills, traits, what characteristics, what do you bring to the table that will help solve their problem? People do not buy your credentials. People do not hire your accolades. They hire and buy the solution that you can represent. And so this is why this channel is all about mindset and messaging. It starts with identifying who are you? What is your purpose? What were you meant to do on this blue-green earth? And then you have to be able to communicate that. I don't know anything about you. You may be the most incredible project manager, the most incredible cloud infrastructure architecture, the most incredible salesman, or what have you. I don't know who you are until you put yourself out there. So what do you mean by put yourself out there? You have to communicate your value to the world, which is all storytelling. What is your story? I need to know your story. And LinkedIn is a fantastic place to do that, as well as other places too. Hey, Mayank, good to see you. Yes, Mayank is in the house. Great to see you. You rock, my friend. You absolutely rock. Okay, Luis. Luis has a question as well. I want to get to E. Jude is in the house. There she is. E. Jude in the house. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and share this out. I want to get to Joy's question first, but remember what I said, guys. Especially for you guys who are looking to advance your career or looking to get into something else, the only reason anybody wants to hire you is because they have a headache. You need to be Excedrin. Always remember that. It's not about you. It's about them. If you want to be successful, you need to really understand what a service mindset is. Always be serving. ABS. Always be serving. Okay, Joy. Joy says, do you feel it makes a difference reaching out to the hiring manager via LinkedIn mail? I haven't seen any better responses. Yes, I think it does make a difference. And by the way, what's the worst that can happen? They don't respond or they say, why are you bothering me? There's zero downside and 1,000,000,000% upside. Networking, going after it, connecting. It's one thing to have an amazing resume. I say this all the time, Joy, to not only my clients, to my students, and my mentees. It's one thing to have an amazing resume in LinkedIn, but you have to go after it. You've got to go after it. So of course, message them. We live in this unbelievable world now where you can connect with anybody, especially on LinkedIn. I mean, you can talk to executives now without having to go through 15 bureaucrats and 19 executive secretaries. You can actually talk to the CTO of Facebook. You can actually communicate with the CEO of that startup or what have you. Yes, reach out to them on LinkedIn. Now, how do you reach out to them? This is really important because LinkedIn is becoming sort of a famous, and it really breaks my heart, but it's sort of becoming a place where spam lives, breathes, and sleeps. And we're getting spamminess galore on LinkedIn. I know I'm not the only one. How many people leave a thumbs up in the chat or leave a hashtag spam in the chat if you feel what I'm talking about? How many of you get spammy messages all the time, especially on LinkedIn? Vincent Ray Vincente from McAllen, Texas. Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the Nez Nation family. You were there. Thank you so much, E. Jude. Looking great. I'm hands-free headset washing dishes. Yeah, that's my girl, my soul sister. Good to see you, Jude. It's always fantastic to see you. Jude is an amazing just human being. It's been such a pleasure. You know, so many people say, I'm gonna finish your question, Joy, in a second, but so many people say, you know, how do you make relationships or how do you create value online? By being authentic, by being capital R real. This is just a medium. I mean, digital communication doesn't change who you are. You just need to adapt your personality to the medium. That's it. It's just another tool, just like a phone is a tool, just like a vehicle is a tool. It's a vehicle. That's all it is. It's a vehicle for conversation. So Be human. That's why I say bring in more humanness to this digitalness. I've met some of the most amazing human beings I've ever met, even more so than in person, even more so than going to conferences and attending seminars and symposiums and what have you online, because I put myself out there and I say, hey, I'm here. This is who I am. Who are you? You're a human. I'm a human. Let's connect. So how do you deliver? How do you deliver these messages? Well, you don't want to just say, hey, I see this all the time. Hey, are you hiring? That's not a good message. Hey, what's up? Can you help me? I need your help. That's not a good message. Hey, you need this. This is what I have, and you need this. That's not a good message. Tact. This is why communication is so important. I mean, we talk about math, we talk about science, we talk about engineering, we talk about tech, but how often do we talk about the power of communication, how it's literally everything? You could be the greatest scientist. You could be the greatest engineer. You could be the greatest mathematician that's ever lived on the planet. You could be the greatest, I don't know, I'm forgetting one, technologist on the planet. But if you can't communicate that, it means goose egg, zero. It don't mean jack. So you got to be a human being. So what I would say is I would do my research on the company. I would find out where my assets can really be of value to what they need. And if you communicate it like this, Joy, and say, hey, I noticed you had this opening. I really would love to discuss, if I may, if you could just, get your time for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I'd love to discuss how what I bring to the table, fill in blank, can help you with fill in blank, right? And so if you make it about them and you come at them as a human being and you come at them tactfully, don't even this, I need to do a video on this too, like how to avoid spammy connecting on LinkedIn probably. How many people, let me know in the chat, give me a vote. Do you think I should make a video about connecting on LinkedIn? Give me a hashtag connections. Give me a hashtag connections in the chat if you think that would be a video you'd be interested in seeing. Hashtag connect, just hashtag connect. Give me that in the chat right now. I get this one too. And how many people get this? Let me know if you get this. Hey, I noticed that you're a coach, or hey, I noticed that you're a consultant. I would think it'd be really beneficial to connect. Or hey, I really love your content. I'd love to connect. And then I connect with them, right? They get so sneaky. And then I connect with them, and then it turns into, hey, here's my here's my $400 program. You should buy this. And then it's just a pitch. It's just a sales pitch. I don't even know who you are. You've got to wine me and dine me a little bit, y'all. You can't just go in for the kill right away, right? You got to take me on a couple dates first. I'm not easy. So yeah, okay. I'm getting a lot of hashtag connects. Yes, fantastic. Marcelo Arcele is in the house. How are you doing, Marcelo? Great to see you on Nez Nation Live. Marcelo is an amazing member of the Nez Nation family. Awesome content creator, awesome live streamer. Go check out his LinkedIn profile. He's doing amazing things. I love what you're doing, Marcelo, in the live stream space. So that's what I would do, Joy, is I would do my due diligence on the company. Just like, when I get on a phone with a potential client, I know more about them and their LinkedIn profile and what they're all about, because it's important that I know that. If I don't know that, I'm not doing my job. I can't just get on the phone and wing it. You can't wing it, y'all. You just can't wing it. You got to do your research. You got to come to the meeting with facts. You got to come with a solution. Always think about having a solution ready for them. That's what you have to do. You got to make sure you have a solution ready for them. Understand what is it that they are lacking and how can you fill that void. You do that and you're going to win. Frank Gundren in the house. Good to see you, Frank. Frank is a client of mine. Lovely to see you, Frank. Okay, next question here. And by the way, don't forget, make sure that you leave your question in the comments down below. I'm going to get to it. I see Mayank has a question too. And just really quickly, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. We go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. 12:30 p.m. Eastern time every Sunday on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. I think we're live on Twitter. As a matter of fact, I just want to check real fast. It does say that we are live. Sometimes it didn't come in that well last time on. Okay, yes, we're live on Twitter as well. So leave your questions in the comments down below, and I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to all your questions. Okay. So Luis says here, how do you handle things when it doesn't go right? First client. That is not a good look for your first client. How do you handle things when it doesn't go right? So you have your first client, Luis, and it didn't go well with your first client. Is that what you're saying? Let me know. Give me a little bit more clarification on that question. Yes, George Fisher in the house. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Chris. Chris says hashtag connect. Mayank says connect. Joy says connect. I've got a great answer for you too as well, Mayank. As a matter of fact, give me a little bit more context on that question. Give me a little more context on that question, Luis, if you wouldn't mind. You said that you had a bad experience with your first client. Give me a little bit more context on that. Like, was that am I correct that it was your first client? And then you want to know what to do now? Are you feeling kind of dispirited? Like maybe I shouldn't be doing this? Let me know a little bit more about that. Like, look, everybody, even yours truly, which is hard to believe, I know, but even I, okay, here we go. I want to get to your question too, Mayank. So Luis says, how do you bounce back when you know it's not your fault? Yeah, this is a great question. Thank you so much for asking this. So you had a bad experience, and I've had them too. First of all, don't deny how you feel. I'm not a big believer in this idea. You're not always meant to be happy, y'all. There's a reason why pain and pleasure are interchangeable. You will never feel the beautiful quenchingness of thirst if you don't ever get thirsty. You have to get thirsty to know the awesome, beautiful feeling of quenching that thirst. So I'm not a big believer that you're supposed to, you hear all these people, you should be happy. Why are you not happy? Why aren't you smiling? You should be smiling. F you, get away from me. I don't want to smile today. You don't have to be anything other than authentic and real. So number one, don't deny the feeling that it hurts. That means you're a human being. And I want to tell you what that means. It's the interpretation of that is everything. Don't deny the feeling. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be anxiety. It's okay to even be depressed. Yes, I'm going to say this live on TV, sort of TV, that it's okay to be sad and depressed. You're not meant to be happy every single minute of your life. You're just not. And so don't deny that, but here's where you need to really stifle and get in front of the perpetuation of this. Don't interpret that to mean something more than it is. I'm telling you right now, let this be of inspiration to you. I myself have had clients where it just went horribly wrong. I know it's very far few in between. It's less than 1%, but it does happen. And it's okay. There's just you're just not meant to fit with everybody. Just some people you're just not meant to fit with. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's different. You're going to see eye to eye. You're going to disagree. Do it respectfully. Don't, even if you know it's not your fault, be professional, keep your cool, and just simply accept it. But do not allow the interpretation, because the interpretation, that eternal doubter that lives inside your head, that's the killer. That's what keeps you down. That is the ultimate blockade to everything that you want in life, is that little dude that lives inside your head. I call him the eternal doubter. I'm not talking about your natural mind, your natural intelligence. I'm talking about your psychological mind. So don't let the psychological mind get involved. Don't get entangled in the interpretation. This is very similar to what I talked about in my last video. Don't allow that cyclone storm. Don't allow that rabbit hole to suck you in, because it will. Well, gosh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Man, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not meant to do this. Who am I thinking? What am I thinking? Who am I fooling? Maybe I'm just, you get into that trap, And that's where it can really, really bog you down. So number one, accept that you feel bummed out about it. It's okay to be bummed out. It's okay. I've been hurt. I've been bummed out about it. It's okay. Accept that. There's nothing wrong with that, even if you know it's not your fault. And then secondly, just try to be as objective as possible. Don't take it personally. Know that even the greatest of the greatest have haters. Know that even the greatest of the greatest, even, Tony Robbins and all these people that you see, all over TV, they've had bad experiences with clients. Everybody does. You're not alone in this. Everybody has bad experiences with clients. So just do your best to accept it, move on, and know that it's not the norm. It's the exception, and it's very rare. I know you, Luis, and I know you have a big heart, and I know that you're an amazing human being. You've been the ultimate mod of Nez Nation for years now. We've had this live stream podcast since 2017. And so 4 years now, we're on season 4. Season 5 is coming up. And like I said, and by the way, just really quickly, if you're new, if you're just joining us right now, what you're watching right now is Office Hours, #MAA. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every Sunday, you got to come join us. You can ask me anything. We have another segment of our interview show where we bring on experts and guests to help you with your career, with your business, with your online presence, everything. And so I hope that helps, Luis. Mac Burnett, yes, spam. Okay, I want to get to the next question involved. Hey, good to see you, Madikov. I'm going to get to your question. Thank you so much. And Joy has another question. I love it. Analysis paralysis. That's it. That's exactly right. Okay, is this a new question, Mayank? Because Mayank, I was coming back to your question. In 30 seconds, how can you make like a first authentic connection where you show that you genuinely want to help and add value? So this is the 30-second elevator pitch, right? Okay, I'm going to give you the formula right here. Perfect question. It's 3 steps. I want everybody to write this down. Everybody write this down, because this is going to save you from everything. This is how you can network. This is how you can pitch your product, your services. This is how you can connect with people. This is how you can establish long-term relationships. This is how you can get hired. This is how you can communicate if you want to get a promotion to your boss. These 3 things. Problem, solution, results. I want everybody to write this down. Number 1 is problem. Just write down number 1 on a piece of paper. Number 1, 2, and 3 in a line or vertically. Number 1, just put problem. Number 2, put solution. Number 3, put results. This is the formula for your elevator pitch in 30 seconds or less. So let's start with number 1. Are you with me so far? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're with me so far. Problem, solution, results. Okay. And I'm going to use myself as an example. As a matter of fact, I'll probably screen share, because I back up everything that I say. Whatever I say, this isn't just namby-pamby, a general vagary, BS that most people do when they're creating content. It just bums me out, actually, more than anything. I don't mean to judge, but some of the content, it's very clickbaity. And you see people, they say, hey, this is how you're going to make $1 million on Amazon, or hey, this is how you're going to be a millionaire on Instagram. And it's just a bunch of BS. It's just total BS. I call it coconuts and yachts syndrome. Give me a hashtag. Give me a hashtag CY. Give me a hashtag CY in the chat for coconuts and yachts syndrome. That's what I call that. It's just really hurtful, and I can't stand it. And I'll screen share, because I'm going to show you my value proposition on my page. I'm going to screen share. Hey, CK in the house. Good to see you, Construction Bronies. Yes. Okay, looks like Luis gives me a thumbs up. Mayank is in the house. Yes. Hashtag CY, coconuts and yachts syndrome. And go check out CK, Construction Cronies. He's an amazing live streamer. He's doing awesome things with his channel. Madikov, hang out. I'm going to get to your question. Okay. So, number 1, problem. What is the problem that your ideal audience is experiencing? It could be one individual. It could be a group of individuals, your audience, your following, your customers, your clients. What is the problem, the number 1 problem that they're facing? An employer, a division, a department, a company. What is the number 1 problem? Okay, so number 1, problem. What is the problem that they're facing? Number 2, I put solution, right? What is the solution that you bring to the table that's going to help them solve their problem? So number 1 is problem. Number 2, what is the solution? Okay, what is the solution to that problem? Okay, so that's the second step of the formula. Number 1, problem. Number 2, solution. And then number 3, you have to communicate what are the results. So I said number 1, problem. Number 2, solution. Number 3, results. Number 3, what are the results that you can paint a narrative? What are the results that they're going to get out of this, right? So for example, are you struggling to lose weight? Are you sick and tired of looking in the mirror and being repulsed? It starts with I've got a very easy and simple 1, 2, 3 diet plan, and get ready to go to the beach and never fear taking off your shirt again. Problem. I just did that off the top of my head. Problem, solution, results. Obviously you want to refine that, but you see what I'm talking about. Let me screen share. Hopefully this will work here on StreamYard. And by the way, if you're interested in, hey, Nez, what software are you using? In the description of this video and the show notes, I've got a link. This is the best live. I've been live streaming, early adopter of Twitter Live, early adopter of Periscope, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. I've got a link. I've been live streaming for over 5+ years. I've got a link to this awesome software if you're interested in trying it out for free. Okay, let me screen share right now. And I'm going to show you my value proposition. Okay, can you guys see this? I want you guys to look and see. This is the home page of my website, okay? And so I want you to see this. This is really, really important. So you see that value proposition right there. I mean, I practice what I preach, y'all. Everything I just said, problem, solution, results, right? Everything that I just said, and I just did one off the top of my head. Live streaming tech in the house. Good to see you. Fantastic. And congratulations to Dale. It's about time Dale finally got access to LinkedIn Live. Couldn't have happened to a better live streamer. I can't wait to see what you do on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to come on as a guest if you'd like me to talk about anything, Dale, for you, anything with you guys. So if you look at this, let's read this together. Struggling to grow your online business or advance your career. That's the problem. That's the problem that my audience faces. They're struggling to grow their business or advance their career. Now, here's the solution. It starts with a clearly defined brand message. This is why I talk about mindset and messaging all the time. Oh, is that Walt? Great to see you, Walt. This is why I always say it starts with messaging, communication. I don't care how good of a scientist you are. I don't care how good of a product or how amazing an inventor you are, how amazing executive you are, professional you are. If you can't communicate your value, it means jack, goose egg. So the solution is it starts with a clearly defined brand message. And then here's the results. Number 3, results. Let me help you earn more, grow faster. And I want to change that to grow smarter. I've been thinking about this. And stress less. That's the results. They're going to earn more by working with me. They're going to grow smarter and faster, and they're going to stress less. So again, this is the perfect elevator pitch formula. And again, it goes back to what I said at the top of the hour. It starts with them. Always be serving. It's not about you. See, when I come to their website, they have some long bio like, hey, I started out construction when I was 13 years old. I don't care. I need to know within 5 seconds what's in it for me. This may sound harsh, you guys, but it's the truth. If you want to make money, if you want to do what you love, if you want to build an audience, if you want to grow a community, if you want to get that promotion or get that gig, I'm sorry, this is how it works. Most people, 99.99% of people, actually 100%, it's not selfish. It's just the first thing. It's human nature. The first impulse is, what can I get out of this? And so serve that. Make sure that they get that. Hey, great to see you, Death Magazine in the house. Great to see you. Awesome. It's Walt. Okay, good to see you, Walt. Mayank, let me know if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Mayank, in the chat? Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you got value out of what I just said. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, or give me a cool emoji, any emoji. Give me a funkadelic emoji in the chat. If you're just joining us again, welcome to the show. You're watching Office Hours with yours truly, personal branding coach, online business strategist, executive career coach for LinkedIn. Professor Nez, that's me. We go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's great to see you guys. Come on in. Make sure you smash that smash button. And it would really mean a lot to us if you could share this out. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, and make sure that you smash the smasher. I call it the smasher. Hey, great to see you. We got Marcelo. Marcelo is over here on Twitter. Great to see you. How's it coming in over there on Twitter? Hey, Sherwool. Good to see you. Sherwool the Adventurer. Great to see you. So let me know if that makes sense at all. Let me know if that makes sense. Oh, Marikov, I didn't forget you. I'm going to get to your question. Let me scroll on up. So Marikov had a question too. Don't forget, leave your questions in the comments down below. I really, really appreciate you guys. We also got some great interviews. Dale and Walt were on our interview segment of the Nez Nation Live program. And there's two really big major segments. It's Office Hours Live AMA, which we're watching right now. And then also we have amazing guests. We've got the head marketer over at LinkedIn coming over to of LinkedIn Learning coming over to our show. We've got an amazing author, best-selling author coming on very, very soon. We've got great guests coming at ya, Nez Nation. I can't wait. Oh my God, is that who I think it is? Oh my God, is that who I see it is? I haven't seen you in such a long time. It's Savage Scientist. Great to see you, brother. How are you? I'm so excited that you're here, man. It's lovely, lovely to see you. I haven't seen you in quite some time. We missed you, Savage Scientist. I hope you're doing well, brother. Okay, Monikov says, hey, do you have any advice on how to start a personal statement for grad school? I'm applying to psychology programs. How to start? Well, number one, my best writing advice, if you're writing letters, cover letters, anything like that, or writing a letter of interest or a personal statement, number one is don't edit the first draft. The first draft, turn off the editing mechanism in your brain and just let your hands do all the talking. I tell my writing students this all the time. The beautiful thing about writing is you don't have to get it right the first time. And you're going to go through multiple drafts. So my methodology is the first draft, I just want you to vomit your brain onto the page. Get as much out there as possible. So write like the wind. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if you're bored, just write. Because the thing is you got to get the engine cooking. Once you get the engine cooking, the biggest reason people don't start is because of this dude right here. They overthink it. That's the reason why they don't start. So the best way to start is to just write everything that you can. You know, personal statements don't really mean as much as they used to, honestly, Markov. I hope I'm saying that right. I definitely wouldn't worry about it too much. But essentially, you know, they're trying to figure out, get a little bit more three-dimensionality on you, right? Who are you? And it should be some kind of a, not a morality tale or a fable, but some kind of a, you know, narrative that communicates, you know, is a symbolic of who you are, right? So something that you've gone through. Usually it's a story that relates to the major that you're going after. So I would write about, so you said you're interested in psychology. Is that right? He says here, I'm applying for psychology programs. Yeah. So talk about your interest in psychology. Why psychology? What is it about psychology? Talk about that. What was the first instance that got you interested in psychology or interested in applying? What was the book? What was the experience? What was the, did you travel somewhere? Did you meet with somebody? Were you inspired by somebody? Talk about that. But I always say this, vomit your brain on the page, the first draft, because the first draft is nothing. The first draft it's all about getting the engine cooking. Once you get the engine cooking, you're going to find it becomes easier and easier and easier, and you can write like the wind, and then the ideas start popping in there. And then when you've written, next thing you know, you've written 4, 5, 6, 10 pages. When you go back and edit, because it's all editing. Writing is all about editing. Same with video creation. Video creation is all about the editing. Cinematic, vlogs, doesn't matter. But, you know, first person videos, how-to videos. The magic happens in the editing room. Same thing with writing. So to get started, just write as much as you can. And also, it really relates to what I talked about in the elevator pitch. Make it somehow about them, somehow incorporate the university department and what they're all about, their mission statement, their values. Try to align the narrative to their values. So you want to go research, go to their website, find out what their mission statement is, find out anything you can about people who've entered and gotten accepted into the psychology programs at this specific university, and then align your narrative to that. And you'll be on fire. Don't worry about it. Great to see you. Thank you so much, Savage Scientist. That's awesome. It's so good to see you. Make sure you smash that smasher. Okay, Malice in Candyland, aka Heather. What are some questions you ask guests at the beginning of an interview if it's your first time meeting them? I love this. This is great. So anybody who's thinking about interviewing guests or having a podcast or having a live stream show, I've got a bunch of videos too to break the ice. Yes, I've got a bunch of videos, Heather, about how to host a talk show. And you got to go check that out. But I love your question. I'm going to answer your question very specifically. The first thing is, and this kind of relates to, I'm kind of repeating myself, but the first thing is to not overthink the conversation. Just have a natural conversation. Make it about them. So some of the first questions that I would ask is like, tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how you got started in, for example, if I have Paul on the show, who's coming on the show Tuesday, 9 a.m., you want to definitely subscribe. You don't want to miss that. One of the top guys at LinkedIn. One of the things I would ask him to say, how did you get involved with LinkedIn Learning? How did you tell us a little bit about your background and how this all started for you? Make it about them. The people love to talk about themselves. And then think about your audience. Think about your audience. And what is it that your guest can bring to the show that will be of interest, be of value, keep your audience tuned in, and help your audience with their problems? If you do that, you're going to be fine. But yeah, some questions to just break the ice, just some general background info. Tell us a little bit about your journey. Tell us a little bit about how you got started. What is it that you feel was a turning point, in your life, career? What type of show are you give me a little bit more context too, and I can get more specific, Heather. But just keep it natural, keep it real. I know a lot of people like I'm not like my wife in this instance, but I know there's a lot of people like my wife who love everything pre-planned. Everything. I don't plan anything. I hardly ever plan anything. I trust my own skill set. I've been able to, at the ripe old age of 43, I'm able to trust my experience and trust what I know and trust my communication skills that I can keep a conversation flowing. And so you're welcome, Marikov. You're welcome. And so I don't have everything pre-planned. My wife, and I know a lot of other people are like this. Everything is pre-planned. I mean, every minute of their day can be so analytical and planned. I'm not judging that. That's fine if that's how you are. But some things to plan for would be to kind of do your own background and do your own due diligence on the guest. And then a good breaking the ice question might be something that you learned about them. And I've actually surprised guests this way. I said, yeah, I didn't know that you were a professional poker player before you became a professional speaker. That was really cool. How did that happen? How did you go from poker to this? Or, find some kind of interesting, unique detail about their experience in life and bring that up. That's a great icebreaker, and sometimes I've had guests go, whoa, nobody's ever asked me that. Or how did you find that out? How did you even know about that? I didn't know that was public information, or I didn't know yada, yada, yada. And they sometimes get impressed. They're like, wow, you really did your research. It says here that your mother showed up to your high school one day and chastised you for breaking out of the house or something like that. So, whoa, where did you find that out? So finding unique, interesting personal traits and characteristics that relate to their journey or relate to who they are. And that's a good way to break the ice too. Okay, great. Yeah. I was kind of thinking spiritual because I know, Heather, your channel is awesome. It's all about spiritual practices and help and things like that. Yeah. So very cool. Yeah. I mean, I think, with people in the spiritual, this is a great niche to have a talk show, because so few talk shows are just based on spiritual practices and things of that nature. And so this is a great opportunity. And most of the people that I've talked to who are in that space, Heather, are extremely easygoing and very, very fun and very, very, humorous, and actually have a pretty good sense of humor, most of them. And so, yeah, just be natural and you'll be fine. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. And do a little bit of due diligence. Find out what you need to do to find out things about them that you can bring up in conversation. But more importantly, if you're going to host a talk show, especially if you're going to do it live, make sure that you're always thinking about your audience, because sometimes, and you got to kind of be a little bit of you got to kind of sometimes take the reins, because sometimes you'll have guests that will just talk, and talk. And so you got to kind of sort of find that unique balance of interjecting without interrupting and just keeping the conversation on point. And so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to, say, I'd like to, let's, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to talk about this, or, hey, I have a really important question for my audience. Are you going to do this live, Heather? Let me know in the chat. You're welcome. Hyder, it's so good to see you. Yeah, this is something that I talked about very recently to a client, as a matter of fact, about content. Is, I was actually helping a client recently with her video content, and I noticed, which most people do this, I noticed that her delivery seemed very, I don't want to say robotic, but it just seemed very disingenuous. Okay. And that's something that I see across the board. I mean, I see that all the time when it comes to video content. Like, for example, people will talk like this. Hi, my name is Lucy. I want to tell you that I've got a very interesting proposition for you. Would you like to hear about it? And this is so normal. It's so commonplace, because most people will think, well, that's how you got to be on video. I see all these other people and they're being very kind of infomercially, or they're being very, very kind of, regimented, if you will. And I just really am opposed to that. I think the greatest way to connect is when you absolutely unequivocally be capital Y-U. Yes, that's right, Walt. Walt is definitely a talker. It was awesome having, by the way, if you want to go check out that video, an awesome interview. Malice in Candyland, Heather, you might get a kick out of that. It's on our playlist, our Personal Branding 101 podcast playlist on our YouTube channel. It's also on our podcast. You got to go check out the podcast, y'all. The podcast is in fuego. Go subscribe. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. Just look for this branding right here. Look for this picture of me, Personal Branding 101 live stream podcast with yours truly. It's great to see you, Walt. I'm so happy. Walt says, I would definitely try to pre-record it first. Yeah, you can. I mean, or you could do it live. I don't know. I mean, if you're, yeah, maybe before you start going live with your show or with your guests, one of the things that's kind of cool about going live is if you're worried about coming up with questions, your audience can be the Q&A. They can help you with questions for your guest. I get such amazing questions from my audience that sometimes I'm not even included in the conversation, or sometimes I don't even get a question in, because the questions my audience asks are so much more interesting, because you don't just get me here at Nez Nation, y'all. It's the Nez Nation experience, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. I mean, look at these amazing individuals: content creators, live streamers, podcasters, coaches, consultants, professionals, executives. You don't just get me here at Nez Nation. You get a cacophony of amazing individuals. I have to use cacophony every show. So yeah, I mean, being 100% capital Y-O-U is essential when you're creating content. And so bring that to the table. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't try to be a show. Don't try to be a video content creator. Don't try to be anything that you're not. And you're going to be all right. I promise you. Just in case you're joining us right now, I just want to let you know that you are watching Office Hours #AMA with yours truly. This is a live stream show where you get to ask a personal branding coach, online business strategist, executive career coach, anything you want, hopefully to help you to chart your own course, to advance your own career and grow your online business in a smarter, faster way. We go live every single Sunday. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you smash that like button. If you have any other questions at all, I've got some time here to take a few last minute questions. I just want to let you know, guys, that I just appreciate you guys so much. It really, really means the world to me that you guys come join us every single Sunday. I love seeing you guys. I love hanging out with you guys. I love finding out what you're up to. I love trying to help as much as I can. It just means the world to me. I'm the luckiest dude on the planet because I eat, sleep, and breathe service. So I never had to be drilled the idea of serving an audience or serving a clientele, because that's what I do. I eat, sleep, and breathe that. And I love doing it. I'm not some kind of, Mother Teresa. It makes me feel amazing. So you're actually helping me by coming here and asking questions. And hopefully it's a mutually beneficial kind of relationship and you're getting some value from this. It really, really means the world to me. And so if you have any other last minute questions, I'll kind of see if I missed any. Did I miss any questions from anybody here? Let's see. Just kind of double checking to make sure that I did not miss anything. Anybody else have any other questions? Aha. Okay. I see one from Joy. Joy says, how would you incorporate extensive international work experience and travels besides diversity and inclusion? Yeah. If you have, I would only include that if the role requires a lot of that. But I also feel that with a resume, less is more. Same thing with a LinkedIn profile. Same thing with any kind of conveyance. Less is more. Most people, when they're looking at a resume or LinkedIn profile, they just want the facts. They just want to get to the nitty gritty. How can this person solve my problem? When they ask you to come in and where you talk to them, okay, when they ask you to come in for an interview, that's when you can really give the nuances to who you are. That's when you can really convey the story to who you are. But, I'm going to say this once, and I've said it a million times, but I love saying it again. Nobody really reads resumes anymore. Nobody really reads anything anymore. They just scan them. And so creating that frictionless, this is important, write this down, creating that frictionless environment. What do I mean by that? Creating a frictionless environment for your online presence and for understanding who you are and how you can solve their problem is everything. What I mean by frictionless environment is make it as easy to understand their solution that they need as possible. I see people put this on their LinkedIn and resume. It's like, yeah, I love surfing. Yeah, I love long bike rides. I'm a hiker. I'm a windsurfer. I'm a traveler. I'm a jujitsu black belt. I mean, that's great. That's cool. You can include that, but a lot of people just don't care. I have to say it. I don't really know how else to say it. A lot of people just don't care. They really want to just get to, okay, I need a project manager. I need an executive. I need a sales leader. I need a operations manager. Can they help me reduce cost, increase profit? How can they help me? Do they have a track record of doing that? Quantitative. They really care about quantitative. That's the way to put it. You can expound on the qualitative when they meet you, because here's another misnomer when it comes to resumes and LinkedIn profile. Most people think that they're just going to rehash their resume or LinkedIn profile in the interview. That's incorrect. Look, the LinkedIn and resume, their job is to get your foot in the door. Now you've achieved that. Once you get your foot in the door, now it's the real kind of This is where you can elaborate. And when I say elaborate, there's a caveat to that. Don't elaborate too much, but you still want to be concise in your answers. But this is where they can get the sort of subjectivity. This is where they can get the sort of behavioral, sort of psychographic information on you, your interests, your personality, your style, your energy, your vision as a leader. That's where they can get that. Okay. And so that's hopefully that answered your question. I think that's the best way. That's the best way to do that. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. Send me a calendar invite. Do you have like a calendar invite? I'm happy to be on your show. I would love to be on your show, Chris. No problem. Send me a calendar invite. And by the way, if you want to, anybody want to, I don't say yes to everybody. Obviously, I know Chris really well, and Chris is an amazing content creator. But I mean, just to be real. But if you want to send me any inquiries at all, business inquiries, interview inquiries, anything like that, go ahead and send them to Nez@ProfessorNez.com that you see on the screen right now. I'll also leave that in the show notes as well. God, I love hanging out with you guys. I absolutely love hanging out with you guys. Give me a hashtag fun in the chat. Give me a hashtag fun. Give me a hashtag yes. If you got value out of today's show, give me a hashtag yes. Give me a big hashtag, capital YES, if you got a lot of value from this show. It really means the world to me. I just absolutely love coming on here and talking with you guys. I think this is one of my favorite segments out of all the shows that I've done. I love Office Hours Live, hashtag AMA. Give me a hashtag yes in the chat if you got a lot of value. It would mean the absolute world to me. And if you haven't smashed that smash button, that big thumbs up, give me a gigantic thumbs up wherever you're watching this, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube. Let me know if you've gotten value out of this. I can take another question or two. I do have a client meeting coming up very soon, but I can take a question or two if anybody has any questions. Again, I would love for you guys to join us every single Sunday. So make sure. Great, I'm seeing a lot of hashtag yeses. France is in the house. Good to see you, France. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I would love for you guys to make sure that you click subscribe. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up, because every Sunday I'm going to be bringing bone marrow content, the kind of content that gets inside your bones. It's stuffed with insane value, helping you with your journey, helping you chart your course, helping you to live your professional life and personal life the way that you should, what you were meant to do on this blue-green earth. I'm here to help in any way, shape, or form I can, bringing over 28 years experience in business, in communications, storytelling, and branding. And so I love that. Thank you so much, Joy. I love it, Joy. It's so great. Joy is awesome. Neztastic. I like that. Hashtag Neztastic. I love it. Bringing your own personality to the table. I absolutely love that. That's fantastic. Go after it. That's the key. You got to go after it. You've got to put yourself out there. Every single one of you right now who are watching and listening to this, why aren't you creating videos with your smartphones and putting them on LinkedIn and putting them on YouTube and putting them on Facebook and putting them on Instagram? Just saying, hey, here I am. My name is Joy. My name is Tim. My name is Tom. My name is Stacy. And you know what? This is what I can bring to the table. This is the value that I can propose. And this is a little bit about me. 3-dimensionalize yourself. There's nothing more easy and more powerful than video marketing today. I'm living proof that this works. I can't tell you how many times I've had a client tell me, Nez, your video was the reason I hired you. Nez, I saw your live stream. Nez, I listened to your podcast. Nez, I saw your video on YouTube. Nez, I saw your video on your website. It blew me away. You're the person for me. Video marketing. You want to build your audience. You want to build your following. You want to build your podcast. Video marketing. I'm not saying that written format, articles on LinkedIn are fantastic. Slide decks on LinkedIn are fantastic. Writing articles and blogs is still fantastic. Audio content is fantastic. But, there's a study that showed that over 90% of ads that get engagement and over 90% of content that gets the most engagement is video. And so don't be afraid to put yourself on video. E. Jude in the house. E. Jude, have a great Sunday. Absolutely. You have a great Sunday as well. Okay, guys. Love you, love you, love you. And I wish you guys the most fantastic week ever. Make sure that you come on back and see us. Also, if you're interested in working with me, or you're like, hey, Nez, you know what? I actually am interested in getting a course. I'm actually interested in working with you one-on-one. I'm actually interested in what else you have to offer. Go check out the links in the description in the show notes. I've got links to ways you can work with me. I got links to beyondtheboxacademy.com, the ultimate online academy where we produce 5-star rated digital courses, helping you step by step to achieve what you need to achieve in your career and in your business. And so make sure that you go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. Again, 60% off just for you, Nez Nation. And so these are $1,000 courses that have been reduced to hardly nothing. And so I felt it was necessary to do that because of what we're going through right now as of this recording with this global pandemic. God knows when this is ever going to change. I wish you guys nothing but safety, nothing but prosperity, peace. And that's what all my content's all about, mindset and messaging. It starts in here. I don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care how many awards you got. I don't care if you have 30 years of experience in one specific field. I don't care if you're the most creative entrepreneur of all time. If you don't know who you are, if you can't identify that trait, that characteristic that makes you you, you're not going to be able to craft a message to get yourself out there. And if you can't craft a message to get yourself out there, you got Goose Egg, you got Nathan, you got Jack. I'm here to help. I am here to help. Look at that, KD in the house. KD, my main man. How are you, sir? KD says a lot of beautiful things about me. You're so awesome. Thank you, KD. I couldn't get through that if I wanted to. Yes, we do have merchandise too, and I'll talk about how you can get that. We've actually stopped selling them right now, Joy, but I'm going to bring them back very soon. I just haven't had time to organize the infrastructure. But yes, Nez Nation shirts and Nez Nation merch. Thank you for reminding me, as a matter of fact. That will be coming very, very soon. Thank you so much, Hyder. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. She's my backbone. She is definitely my rock. If it wasn't for her, I definitely would not be successful. It helps having a partner in life, not just a wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, lover, what have you, but having a real partner in life. And I'm the luckiest dude on the planet because I hit the jackpot. And so I'm a very lucky husband. I'm a very lucky father. I'm just a very lucky human being. Don't ever forget this, guys. If you're ever feeling stress, anxiety, or if you're ever disheartened, adopt a grateful attitude. There's two things that can never coexist at the same time: stress and gratitude. If you're stressed out, you're not grateful. If you're grateful, you're not stressed out. You have a choice. And there's always something to be grateful for. So if you adopt this is really the crux of the matter. I mean, all these things are byproducts. Having a successful business, having a successful career, making money, being a thought leader, those are all byproducts of your inner validation. Those are all external validation. Your inner game is everything. We always talk about outer game. What about your inner game? Your inner game is the most important. Get your inner game on point. I've got an entire playlist on my YouTube channel, on my website. Just go to professornez.com/videos. Go to professornez.com/videos, and you'll see all of these amazing videos on your inner game, because that's all that matters. That's all that matters is your inner game. Yeah, I read it, KD. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. KD says, Nez is such a beautiful gem of a gentleman, a human being and a friend of mine, and to millions who shares his goodness with others for the betterment of humankind. I can't read this, man. I can't. I get too embarrassed. You're too kind. You're just too kind, KD. And you're my main man, and I really, really appreciate that. It means the world to me. But I get so embarrassed. I'm not somebody who takes compliments well. I know a lot of people who do and don't, but you're just the best, and I really appreciate it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love compliments. I'm just not good at accepting them. But I absolutely love them, and I really, really appreciate you. And actually, it does mean the world to me that you share that, and I love it. I love hearing it. I just can't put a spotlight on it all the time because I feel a little bit. Like I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. But you're the best. You're the best, KD. And Nez Nation, you're the best. You're the best. And so I am so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. I absolutely, absolutely love you guys. And I hope to God that you will have an amazing, amazing week, an amazing, amazing time, and you are doing well. And make sure that you come join us. Make sure that you come hang out with us next week. And don't forget, we got an amazing show coming on, I believe it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't quote me on this. I have to look at the schedule, but we got an amazing interview with an awesome guest from one of the head marketers at LinkedIn Learning. So you want to come back and check this out because we're going to be going live and we're going to be talking with Paul Patron very, very soon. I think it's just a couple of days. It might be Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but just hit subscribe so you don't miss anything. I love, love, love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace, y'all.